Grizzly Gaz usually keeps his camping trips simple. Grab the gear, head into the woods, cook some food, enjoy a quiet night. But October 30th, 2023 was not a normal camp. He went straight after work, racing the fading daylight. He was trying to beat the dark while searching for a fallen tree he had heard stories about. Locals said pagans used the place for rituals. Whether that was truth or just talk, he didn't know. But the woods already felt off.
Don't know, does this look like a pagan ritual site? I'll tell you one thing, it looks creepy.
He found the spot, set up his tent, cooked bacon and mash, told himself he would relax for the night. Then the sun disappeared, and within minutes, the atmosphere shifted. What had felt slightly creepy turned deeply unsettling.
Oh, it doesn't half look creepy down here. The tree looks like a skeleton, and we're all like bivvies in it and stuff.
His light began malfunctioning. Leaves dropped from above, each one sounding like deliberate footsteps. The trees no longer looked like trees. In the dark, they became shapes, figures, watchers. Even with his dog, Fendi, beside him, the feeling did not fade. It lingered.
Definitely feels creepy in here. It does feel creepy down here, but that's because I've got light shining in my face and I can't see out, and there's a slight breeze in the air, so there's lots of things just dropping from trees because it's autumn now, so there's conkers and all sorts of stuff dropping out. Over here in front of me, it's all dried leaves on the floor, so every time something drops from there, it's really, really amplified.
As the night stretched on, branches started snapping nearby. The wind picked up. Small objects continued to fall around the tent. Earlier, Gaz had checked for dangerous trees. He made sure nothing could fall, but it still didn't feel right. Both he and Fendi were tense now. Then came the moment that crossed the line. He heard movement, something heavy enough to make him stop mid-sentence and listen. It wasn't the wind, it wasn't a squirrel, it was something else.
Branches or twigs falling out of trees, but I keep hearing breaking.
Fendi shivered at his side. The torch kept cutting out, and with every flicker of light, something shifted just beyond its reach. Gaz understood one thing clearly. He was not alone.
I think it's just wind. It's picking back up again now, so I hope there's no widow makers falling us. That'd be no good, would it, mate? Oh! Where the Fendi! Come here, mate.
While he was speaking to the camera, something came from behind. It pressed down on the tent, hard, forcing both him and Fendi to flee immediately. He put distance between himself and the campsite and waited. Only when he could no longer see or hear anyone near the area did he return, moving quickly to gather what he could. The next day, he described what happened after. He had heard shouting, not one voice, multiple men.
my sleeping bag and everything and get that in my backpack. Then I heard loads and loads of screaming, like shouting from men, and it sounded like there were about 20 or 30 of them. And then they all started running, and it sounded like they were coming towards tent, so I just grabbed my bag and off skis, because my keys were in my bag.
They were loud, angry, and there were many of them. It sounded like a group running through the woods, running toward the place where he had been camping. Gaz didn't hesitate. He grabbed his bag, the one with his keys, and left as fast as he could. He abandoned the tent, left a few things behind. When he returned the following day, the message was clear. The tent had been ripped. His gear had been kicked around. Whoever had been out there did not want him coming back.
I look at my tent. I had to leave my tent here because I just wanted to get out of there. And a few other bits as well that I left. Look at the state of it. Oh, come on, mate. Snap my poles and that. Sleep mat. Where's my cook kit? My cook kit were over here somewhere. Don't mind people scaring you and stuff out of woods, but when they're just going to break stuff as well, what's the point in that? Eh? Oh, it's got rips in that fly sheet as well, look at that.
Gaz has camped through storms, through wildlife, through harsh weather and isolation. But this night stood apart, because sometimes it isn't nature that drives you out of the forest. Sometimes it's people. In January 2025, a solo backpacker from the YouTube channel Nomad Unknown began her first journey of the year. She ventured alone into one of the most notorious stretches of wilderness in Arizona. Her channel was known for serene trail footage and calm, informative narration. It had never captured anything like this. What started as a peaceful, carefully planned hike through sun-scorched canyons and dry riverbeds slowly shifted into something far more unsettling.
Water rolling down my face. It's not tears, it's sweat. I already had to stop and layer down and lather up on the sunscreen. I'm trying to wear like sun shirts and things like that to protect my skin, but it's just too hot for that. I can't breathe, and I'm gonna get a heat-related illness. There's the parking lot down there. Just did a nice hearty climb to start with on the Bluff Spring Trail, and looks like I've crested this ridge, and let's find out. Unfortunately, the map I have is not in tremendous detail. It was the smallest scale map I could find at 1:70, but actually I think it's 1:60. I had to search pretty hard for that one. This route that I'm doing also does not exist as a ready-made route or already uploaded route on all trails. So I am just following my mapped route.
The desert was quiet, not calm, not peaceful. Quiet in a way that felt unnatural. The only sounds were the crunch of her boots against loose gravel and the thin whisper of wind moving through brittle brush. As she followed the trail deeper into the canyon, something caught her attention.
What is this? Like tracks of some sort. All the way. Well, we should definitely follow them. Of course, they're leading in the other direction. Is there a crime scene up here? Weird. I don't see an origin. Oh, here's more. Okay. Through here. Let's see. Okay, they continue. Let's follow. It goes on a long way. Okay. It's up there. Actually, there are still some faint signs of blood along the trail here. Nothing here. Oh, there's some rock right there where my head shadow is. Huh. There we go.
A dark streak smeared across a rock, then another. Faint paw prints cut across the path and veered into the scrub, where they vanished. She crouched to examine them. Her voice stayed steady, logical. She reasoned it was likely a predator, a mountain lion, maybe a coyote, dragging prey through the area. Still, something about it stayed with her. Later that afternoon, she set up her tent beside a spring, a rare source of water in the dry expanse. As the sun began to dip below the canyon walls, the air changed.
Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous about this camp. Yeah, I just feel a little uneasy about it. Maybe it's just been such a long time since I've camped out in a tent in a place that I'm not familiar with, that the feeling is coming from that, but also part of my logical mind just reasons that, you know, I'm here because of the proximity to water, and the wild animals that live in this area have the same interest. And when I first got here, I heard some rustling of what I'll say is a mammal up the hill just away. And yeah, it makes me nervous. I mean, this is definitely a established campsite for humans, but also just in the tree right above my tent is bird feathers. And looks like something happened to the bird. And I didn't discover that until after I just finished setting up the tent. But whether I'm right here or over there, I don't know that it makes much of a difference. And there's also an odor. I don't know if somebody just didn't handle their business properly and did it too close to camp, or I don't know if I'm smelling an animal or something, but I'm a little bit disturbed. But this is where I'm camping for tonight, so get out of here. Okay, whatever that is, it is not intimidated by me, and I can't see anything, but I can hear it, and hopefully you can hear it too, to know I'm not crazy. I got 1 liter of water. I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying here tonight. Are you freaking kidding me? It's not even dark yet. Right, I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm not trying to be dramatic, I swear. Like, I heard some stuff when I first got there, and I figured I had scared it away. And even though it smelled weird and I was feeling nervous, I was like, mind over matter. It's fine. You're fine. Just tell yourself you're fine. I got about 1 liter of water out of that spring. I think I'm being stalked. Actually don't even think it was a big... Okay, I'm still paranoid. Actually, I don't even think it was a big cat. No, I'm not paranoid. That's fresh scat.
It felt heavier, charged. A sharp metallic scent lingered low to the ground. When she glanced upward, she noticed scattered feathers tangled in the branches above her camp. Then she heard it. At first, it was faint. A steady rustling in the brush. It didn't fade. It didn't retreat. It circled. At some point, instinct overruled reason. She didn't wait for nightfall. She packed in silence, broke camp carefully, shouldered her bag, and she walked away. Some viewers believe she unknowingly camped beside a fresh kill and that the mountain lion responsible had returned. Others are not convinced. They point to the feathers, the metallic smell, the silence, and something harder to explain, something older, stranger. In the Superstition Mountains, not everything that stalks you leaves footprints, and many still wonder what might have happened if she had stayed just 1 more hour. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it so far, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue creating these unsettling, real-world encounters. Now, let's get back to the video. On October 31st, 2021, this Halloween special comes from the channel Wild Bear. On this night of all nights, she heads straight into one of England's most notorious paranormal hotspots, Clawful, a place buried in legends of witchcraft, devil worship, and centuries of grave desecration. It's the kind of location people warn you about, the kind you're not meant to stay in after dark.
Hello, wild ones. I'm back! Trying something a bit different today. So I'm going to be camping at a creepy church with a history of satanic ritual and witchcraft. So yeah, this is Wild Bear coming to you from Clawful.
Clawful's reputation is no exaggeration. At its heart stands the abandoned St. Mary's Church, a decaying ruin with a history soaked in darkness. For decades, it has been linked to satanic rituals, disturbed graves, and even murder. The church is now sealed off, protected by alarms and security after repeated intrusions. These weren't rumors. There are verified accounts of graves being dug up, human bones arranged on altars, and animals, including a sacrificed cockerel, left behind in ritualistic displays. Whatever happened here wasn't symbolic folklore. It was real, and it left scars.
Fortunately, I can't camp at the actual church because I've said satanic rituals. Over the years, people have dug up bones and all sorts from graves. There's been a down on A6, known as the A6, the road just over there, I believe. So yeah, lots has happened here, and understandably the church has been closed for overnight visitors, and there are cameras and alarms everywhere.
Because of the heavy monitoring around the church, Claire chooses to camp nearby, tucked into a small stretch of woodland. Her setup is minimalist and exposed. A bivvy, a tarp, no backup shelter, just enough to survive the night, not enough to feel safe. She places her trust entirely in the thin barrier between herself and whatever moves through these woods after dark.
I love owls. Hello. I don't know what that noise is.
As night closes in, the silence doesn't last. It fractures. First comes a high-pitched screech, sharp enough to cut through the trees. At first, she thinks it might be a child. Later, reviewing the footage, she realizes it sounds far more animalistic, aggressive, distorted, possibly a fox, but not quite. Then comes another sound, something worse, a mechanical buzzing echoing through the forest, like an electrical appliance, a vacuum cleaner, an alarm, completely out of place, impossible to explain. Even she admits it unsettles her far more than it should.
Look at this beautiful one. It's huge. Look, see how big that is. Compared to my hand. Oh, gorgeous. Hi, mushroom. Okay. I've lost my bed. How have I lost my bed? Okay, that's not even funny. Right, okay. I'm trying not to get disoriented. Where did I come from? Oh my god, it's over there. Thank god. Jesus Christ. Okay. Maybe I stay near my bed now. Okay.
While filming mushrooms not far from camp, Claire suddenly loses her sense of direction. For a few seconds, she can't find her bivvy. It's only moments before she relocates it, but those moments matter. In woods tied to cult activity, disorientation doesn't feel accidental. That brief lapse is enough to shift the night's energy completely. What began as quirky Halloween adventure turns into something genuinely wrong.
You see the red eyes over there? I'm just going to assume they were deer eyes. Freaky. Really freaky. I don't like the red eyes. I keep telling myself it's just because I had my red light on my head torch, that's why the eyes look red. And if I had the white light on, they would have just been white, because they're just deer eyes. But it's all that talk of devil worship and stuff, and then seeing red eyes in the woods, it's not the one. Proper giving myself the heebie-jeebies now. And I will welcome the sunrise.
The sounds don't stop. Grinding noises echo through the trees. Crows cry out, owls call, deer bark somewhere in the distance. Each noise stacks on top of the last, tightening the tension. Eventually, she settles into her sleeping bag, trying to reclaim a sense of calm. She switches on her red headlamp, breathes, and looks out into the forest. That's when she sees them. A pair of glowing red eyes, fixed on her from the edge of the bushes, watching, unmoving. Time freezes. She doesn't breathe. The eyes blink once, then disappear into the darkness. She tells herself it was probably a deer, that the red glow was caused by her red filtered headlamp, which reflects differently than white light. The explanation makes sense, but the fear doesn't leave. Seeing red eyes blink back at her near a site infamous for satanic rituals is enough. She refuses to look outside the bivvy again for the rest of the night. She closes her eyes and waits for morning.
Morning! So cozy. That's where the eyes were last night.
This is a bit strange.
So, look at this tree here. That's been cut with an axe or something. There's no stump down here, so this tree's been cut with an axe and placed here, like jammed in with this one. What would be the point of that? That's just strange, isn't it? Why would you axe a tree down and then pin it to another tree? And I was sleeping just here, so if that had fallen down, that'd just like skewer me in my sleep. That's really bizarre.
Daylight brings no comfort. As she breaks down camp, she notices something nearby that doesn't belong. A tree that has been chopped with an axe, then deliberately jammed into another standing tree, forming an unnatural, almost symbolic structure. It doesn't look accidental, it looks intentional. Between the history of clawful, the mechanical noises in the woods, the eye contact in the darkness, and the disturbing tree arrangement, Claire ends her trip knowing this place has left a mark. Despite her upbeat attitude, she admits she won't be returning anytime soon, and after seeing what unfolded here in the dark, you might not want to either. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, leaving a like helps support the channel. Subscribe if you'd like to see more documented encounters in future uploads.